And now, the show you've been waiting for. From Channels TV's global headquarters, it's The Other News. And here's your host, Okey.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. How body? Welcome to another episode of The Other News. The news show which uses the hammer that is satire to crack your ribs. Tonight's show promises to be an amazing one. My guest is a man of artistic talents. Many refer to him as the original veteran of contemporary Nigerian street music. Daddy Showkey is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Later on the show, our correspondents SLK and then the Humorous will be bringing some interesting matters to our attention. All that and more. But first is the other news headlines. President Buhari has assured the world that he is not a clone.
Somebody says that I am clone. It's real me, I assure you.
Before, when a person travels abroad for 3 months, people say, you don't chop up. But these days, they say, you don't turn Jibrino. Well, of course, the president made the statement from outside the country. Why wouldn't he prefer talking from abroad? Did you not hear the laughter? Yeah, that is the laughter of Nigerians that have light, good roads, and don't have their children at home because of ASU strike. He can't come and be cracking jokes here now like that. We where they prepare for our annual fuel scarcity. Who will be laughing? Well, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has appointed Dino Melaye and 7 others as presidential campaign spokesperson for the 2019 election. Only Dino alone will fit talk for the whole of West Africa. I mean, let nobody deceive them. They have appointed 1 Dino and 7 assistants. Nigerian Super Falcons beat South Africa's Bayana to win their 9th African Women's Cup of Nations title and 3rd title in a row. So in its 11 editions, the Nigerian team has failed to secure the cup only twice. So in that spirit, I'll write an open letter to CAF. Please, let the African Women's Cup, please, can we now change it to the Falcons Cup? Yours sincerely, proud Nigerians. Winning the thing, how many times? Is it a joke? Ever heard of the term, no alert, no sitting? Well, now you have. No alert, no sitting. No alert, no sitting.
They are owing us up to 1.something million. And these are duties that we use to go on errands and to do some other miscellaneous things. I don't know what we have done wrong.
You need to ask my brother. Interestingly, since what goes around comes around, as NASS workers are protesting and asking, lawmakers are also protesting and asking President Buhari, waiting.
When we clean this up and send it back, you will also find that another reason will be found not to sign this bill.
And because our presidents know they like to talk much, he's not a talk person, this guy helped him to do the needful.
Is declining assent to what the National Assembly passed or considered on the 24th of August, which still had some, in my words, this is my words, which still had some impurities.
Huh? Impurities? Inside the document? I mean, the document get Ebola. So even with all the white agbada that our lawmakers used to do shakara, they are still dirty inside. Anyway, this thing is simple now. Lawmakers just need to use hand sanitizers to destroy the documentary impurities. Oh, they have already done that?
So we now said, okay, we remove every aspect concerning the sequence and all that, and return the bill to Mr. President. The effect being that what you are concerned with, we have removed it. And now the bill goes back, and it comes back to us now, saying, like my very good friend has said, there are impurities.
Drafting issues.
Drafting issues.
Anyway, it is hard to understand why a bill that should make voting even more easy than Dr. Easy is facing all this wahala. I don't understand it. Well, could it be that the spirit has been chasing our lawmakers and giving them bad luck with Oga at the top of Asorok? Because as a National Assembly sows, so also shall he reap. A word is enough for the NASS. I mean, wise. Yeah, my guest tonight has given us fire in the form of music. He has told Nigerians, call my name. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you have an idea. Join me as I welcome the Galala Master, Daddy Showkey, in the building. Show, don't show. Bro. Hey, show, don't show.
So,
good to have you, bro.
thank you.
Yes. Over the years, you have been an ambassador for AJ City.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've helped the city, bring to the world its potentials and problems.
Yeah.
Through you, people have come to, see AJ in a different light.
Yeah.
Now, since you left AJ, has it changed, or is it still the same way?
First of all, I did not leave AJ because AJ is inside me. You can take a man out of the ghetto, but you cannot take the ghetto out of the man.
Yeah.
So AJ is still inside me. And I always sit back and think about my past, because my past makes my present. The way I grew up in AJ, and that is why I remember many years before I did my first album, I made it as a promise that I'm going to fight the impression that people have about AJ, because the negative impression that they have about AJ, that I'm going to make people be proud of Ajegule. I'm going to make children to beat their chest.
And I think to a great extent you succeeded in doing that. Back to my question, since you started that crusade, since you started creating that awareness, the AJ, the way you used to know it growing up as a child, and the AJ, the way it is right now, what is the remarkable change that has happened?
For me, it is generational thing.
Okay.
The generation then, we had so many people from AJ that were footballers, musicians, and so they were choosing, some children were choosing to play football, some children were choosing to do music, some were choosing education and all this. But the present generation, it is what they see. It is what they will emulate. Like right now, I cannot tell you that there has been a lot of improvement. The only improvement that I've seen, I will tell you, is that they want to become something positive in life, but let the opportunity come.
Okay, so there are fewer opportunities these days.
There's in every aspect of our country, not only AJ. How can somebody go to university, spend 5 years and come back? It will take another 5 years to get a job.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. All right, now that we are seeing, the political consciousness in you, at least it's coming out gradually. Is political music going out of fashion?
It is generational thing. This generation believes on what they see is what they believe in. Like the situation of the country does not concern them. That's the way I see it. For me, everybody needs to come together and fight what is going on in our country. It's not about the musician, because most people, when they talk about celebrity this, celebrity that, celebrity that, they pay me sometime. They pay me because you don't sit back and you say,
so everybody has to do something. It's not just for the musicians.
It's not just for the celebrities. I don't want to use the word musicians. According to them, celebrities. But for me, we are human beings like you.
Yeah. So don't just pigeonhole us.
No,
All right, keep it there. You're still watching the other news. Don't even blink, because it's about to get hotter in here. We'll be back. Welcome back. Nothing has changed. It's still the other news. And of course, I'm still discussing with the ghetto soldier himself, Daddy Showkey in the building. So, all right. We are still talking politics, political consciousness. Looking at the country, you know, what do you think needs urgent attention that we should all, collectively address and complain or whine about?
Let me tell you the truth. First of all, we need light.
Very important. I'm with you on that one. 24, not just small light, not flicker of light. 24 hours.
We need 24 hours light because number one, no business can flourish well when there is no light. It's just like our people, because maybe they took all the light to the other side and they gave us darkness.
Yes.
Because you cannot.
Some people joke sometimes that Africa was created at night.
They are for me, those people are short-minded people because let me just tell you the truth. Whether you joke with that or not, we need light, mob. See, if you travel out of our country and you're coming back, as you descend down, you see darkness everywhere. You just feel that as if maybe there's a curse on our land.
What do you think is responsible?
What is responsible is that the people ruling us, right? Not, I'm talking about our government in general, from
way back to present.
They are self-centered.
Before they now say you're
they are self-centered people. They don't like light.
Numerous musicians, praising politicians. You see their tracks, they hail all these politicians, even with all these accusations that they are not living up to expectation. But still, musicians go ahead and sing their praise. Don't you think musicians in some way contribute to some of these, inadequacies, or how do I put it, inefficiencies that we experience?
I will not agree with you because those musicians are human beings. They have their own responsibility. Like sometimes if the musicians are not doing well,
and they need to chop.
If they are not doing well, you people will mock them. Like something happened to me. I was doing a video in my house, and I just put on somebody did they did a cloth from some clothes from Abba. They sent it to me. So I was just trying to showcase the beautiful cloth, you know, and
to say this is proudly Nigeria.
And I just walked into the camera, forgetting that a G-Wagon is parked at the background. Can you imagine somebody said that, where did I see money to buy G-Wagon? And for you to see, and that person, later, he wrote another thing, he said that maybe I collected Dazuki money. It's an insult.
It's an insult, yes.
It's not a joke, it's an insult because for the years that I've given into my business as an entertainer.
You deserve to own one.
I will tell you, most of these politicians you are talking about today were nobody when I started music.
True.
They were in universities. Yeah. I go to their campuses to play, and they come to meet me, and I give them something.
Yeah.
So if today I collect them, what is your business?
Yes. Okay. You deserve an applause for that.
So I can tell you, but you see what you are saying. Music as music. Yes, pre-singing. People that sing our traditional music.
Are you saying our traditional music is pre-singing politicians?
No, they pre-sing everybody that spread them money.
Okay. It's a bit of the culture. Yeah,
so it depends on what is your question. I'm praising the politicians, I was praising the Chikwego. People spread money.
Okay, Showkey, election is fast approaching.
Yes.
You've been politically conscious for a very long time.
Yes.
Is there politics in your future? Are we going to see a Daddy Showkey poster any day?
I'll be honest with you, I don't have any intention right now, but I still like to contribute my own quota. But let me tell people that say that, talk about me contesting. Where do I want to contest? If I want to contest, I must sit back and see what will be my contribution to my people's life, to the society. You cannot just come out because you can speak good English and say you want to contest. You cannot come out, what is your experience that you have about your country? Most politicians, why they don't have conscience is because they don't know the plight of the people. Somebody that does not know the pain of the people, how can he provide for you? You must know the pain and the plight of the people and the plight of the street.
But that's enough reason for you to actually go because you know firsthand the pain of the people. That is a big. That's
But
a stronger.
I don't get the kind of money. I don't go. This my small money. I go through one. My small money. I don't go through one more. Because let me tell you, these people already. If you like, you vote. You like, you no vote. To farm and that they want they know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been nice talking to the ghetto soldier himself. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. Nigeria is a country where even to ask for direction sometimes it a cost. Thankfully, our trader correspondent SLK has taken to the streets to help us discover the price of one very valuable commodity. Take it away, SLK.
Senate President Bukola Saraki described the market tours carried out by the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo as sophisticated vote buying. Sophisticated vote buying. Like, what does he think? What does he think the VP goes to the market to do? Like, we just call a random trader and just go, hey, give me your vote. And in exchange, he will give the trader money. With all these allegations flying here and there of vote buying and vote selling, I think it's only right for us to ask Nigerians what they're attracted to. Let's ask them how much they're willing to sell their votes for. Let's even ask them their last price. I think it's right. Are you ready? Follow me. Election coming up. Are you voting?
Yeah, definitely.
Very well, I'm voting.
I must practice my civic right.
Okay, so are you for sale?
If we do this outside camera, but I'm not for sale, but if we do this outside camera.
Do you think if I give you 50,000 now, 50,000 just to thumbprint, just say this?
It's funny. 50,000 to mortgage my life and the entire Nigeria. I can't vote for 50. I can't even vote for 15 million naira.
Me, if you are giving it to me, fine, I'll collect it, but obviously you can't buy me.
I need money, but I can't sell my vote.
1 million.
1 million, just 1 million is a chicken chain, so I don't.
To vote, just to vote, too.
I'll take it.
My vote. There is no money that can buy my vote.
What's your last price?
Not for sale.
It's very senseless for me to sell my conscience, to sell the future of generation yet unborn.
My own price is to make sure I'm out there, no matter what they will do. I make sure I vote. I vote under the sun, under the rain. I make sure I vote. I can't get any money. Nobody can pay me for any votes.
My last price is the price to pay, which is standing under the sun, to make sure that I vote and my vote is counted.
And please, may I use this forum to even talk to people who are waiting to be given money before they vote. They are all bundles of corrupt people. They are people contributing to the corruption in this nation. And the people also giving them the money, funding the buying of election, they are simply telling us that they are coming in to do selling and buying, not to come and rule.
So you've all heard, most people are saying that they won't sell, they won't sell their vote. Maybe because of the camera, I don't know. But you that are willing to sell your birthright, sell your vote for a morsel of porridge. Clap for yourself. He saw, he came, he saw, and he can't chop. But like he saw, you will regret it. You will regret it. But if you ask me, I would say you should remember that there is God. Because all these votes you are selling, there is God. But that's if you ask me, Sha. But since you didn't ask me, you're better Nigerian.
The question of what happens when leaders go to the great beyond is a question very few people know how to answer. Very few people, apart from our special counseling correspondent, D Humorous. Welcome, Counselor.
Okay. Today's Adumbration is lacerated with obsequies of surreptitious nature.
Anyway, that's your business. Why are you in all black?
It is my emotions. The U.S. has lost the one they call 41, President George Herbert Walker Bush. And it's not his passing away that's making me wear black, but what it's making me feel, that's why I'm wearing the black.
What is that and why are you not shouting about it?
My sister, why shall I shout?
Your sister?
I'm in a very feminine emotion right now.
Okay,
pardon me.
Go ahead.
I can't shout. Because when this man passed away, United States stood still for a while. Flags flown at half-mast, American footballers honoring him with a minute of silence before game, New York Stock Exchange honoring him with a minute of silence before trading. Even CNN left Trump alone for 2 hours to honor him. In fact, from his state, Texas, all the strippers in the strip club stopped twerking for 2 minutes to honor his passing.
Okay, we have heard. So how did the legacy of the late Bush make you wear black?
Thank you very much. It now occurred to me, myself, and I, 3 of us, we sat down and we asked ourselves, which African leader will pause the nation like that? Then I now said to myself, with me witnessing, that the same honor was given to President Nelson Mandela when he passed on with his countrymen flooding his hospital with flowers. Then the other side of myself now asked I, me still as a witness, said, what about Nigerian leaders? At that point, the 3 of us were silent.
Even the three of me are silent now.
Because I asked myself, will Kano pillars have minute of silence for the passing of Shehu or Ibrahim? Or will Lagos Stock Exchange or Nigerian Stock Exchange at Streetwear 2 minutes silence before hitting the Comcom in their trading bell to honor Aremu or Yaks Baba? Or will Cubana say no more turn up on Friday just to honor Johnny Boy? Or maybe Ernestico in Surulere, or probably our granddaddy B, or Don Baba J, as it's called in certain areas. So which makes me begin to worry. Because even in the US again, the US Postal Service said they will not post letter for 1 day to honor this their president. And I asked, should NIPOS or NEPA follow the same? Because their behavior is already making me feel as if presidents are dying every day. Because they are suspending service.
Yes.
But my point here is, as we are going into this election, voters, look at this our, okay, how many of them again? 45 candidates? Our numerous candidates. Because a wise man said that politicians think of the next election, but statesmen think of the next generation. How many of them have the character and characteristics to deliver the goods, deliver the dividends of democracy, entrench institutional characters and cultures such that our children and the children after them will remember them?
Chai.
So look at which of these candidates and say who looks like a statesman, stateswoman, statesboy, or statesgirl that people will celebrate years after. Candidates too, look at yourself and ask yourself alongside your policy document, do I look like somebody that if I die, people will bring flour to my hospital, or they will look for flour to bake cake that have gone? Because we know some leaders in this country that left, and instead of us going to burial ground, we went to beer parlor. We know them.
Yes.
So ask yourself, are you the leader that will make us go to beer parlor for you or cry for you? This piece is for us Nigerians to quickly use our what? Kidney. Even though this is a very sad, reflective segment on this show today, always have this at the back of your mind. Chee!
Thank you very much, Dan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. I know you wish it was longer, Abby. Well, thankfully, you can binge watch this show by following the other news CTV across all our social media platforms. You can also be a part of our wonderful studio audience by calling the numbers on your screen. Our people say, do not look where you fell, but look where you slipped. Until next time, my name is Okey. Watch yourself.